YouTube, hello, and welcome to another episode of Shenzo Plays. Today, I'm going to be continuing my Blueprints run. We have a couple things we're trying to get done today, but we've made some excellent progress. I think the big one is we need to basically get to the Southern Cross event on the observatory, which will happen, I believe, our next time. But we have to make sure we're not holding any items at all. So no diamonds, no gold, no keys, no dice, and no items at all. So unfortunately, what happened last time is we got the silver pendant, and for those that don't know or don't remember what that does, basically it means, hey, 2 random items from your inventory you'll start with on your next run. And then we got that again. So we are going to be starting off today, which I believe is day 50, with 2 items, meaning we probably won't want to go for the observatory today. So this particular run probably won't do that. We'll probably try to solve some other mysteries, like the big one is trying to access the vault and getting that last vault deposit key, where there should be a sanctum key hidden somewhere in there. So that is our plan for today, as well as to review any other mysteries we may have. I honestly have to go back and take another look. It's been a long last couple days. But YouTube, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and commenting on it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy and want to see more of my content. That alarm bell if you want to get notified when I drop new videos. And of course, you can follow me on all my social media down below. And I think that's going to do it. I apologize for the longer intro today, but YouTube, I love you, and I'll see you on the other side. Hey YouTube, welcome back. We are just about to start day 50 here. I was just going through my notes before we got started. If you guys missed it, we did find pretty much all of the cipher clues. I did have to, I believe, look one up to make sure the placement was correct, and I'm glad I did, because as it turns out, I would have been wrong. But we have the cipher solved. I think we know what to do there. We also have information on what items we have not built yet. We still need to get the super sledge and I believe the greenhouse. That will be our next big side quest, if you will. And then, of course, we are still looking at the sigils, which, according to the clues, we are only missing the vault, and the last one is behind the 8th door. So I assume that once we unlock the 7th one, the 8th door will also unlock for the inner sanctum doors. But that's everything we've got going on so far. I think we also have a list of 13. We have 13 of the upgrade discs out of 16, meaning we're missing 3 more. Coincidentally, I think we're only missing 4 rooms. So there's a very good chance the upgrade discs we're missing are in one of the rooms that we have not yet added to our directory. But that is the plan. Our items are the vault key 149 and the battery pack. The vault key is not going to be helpful because I believe that that is left unlocked. And yeah, we are good to go. So let's grab our inheritance, which is now, or not our inheritance, our allowance, I should say. And let's go open up that door on the side, and we will continue on. As a reminder, because we have the 2 items in our inventory, we cannot, unfortunately, we cannot advance right now. So ideally, I think the trading post would be a really good choice here. We didn't get it, so we could get the shelter, which could, block some red rooms from activating. That could be good. We could also do the tool shed to get the special items. I think we'll do the tool shed since I don't feel like we should try to go for the classroom here. And look at that. We get the metal detector and the watering can. Both of those are going to be very useful. They'll give us some gems and keys and gold. And as a reminder, we did buy out the showroom, so we no longer have to worry about getting that trophy, which is very cool. Instead, we need to focus on solving billiard rooms. We need to keep moving on that. I think we just entered the double digits. And we need to get a couple other things. But let's go with the reading nook. We still have to figure out how to get the... we still have to figure out how to win the sweepstakes. And I imagine that'll be in the drafting room. So the drafting room is pretty much a must draft for now. Oh yeah, and I should use the Banner of the King. I almost forgot about that. Let's go for more green rooms. particularly good combination with the um, battery and the watering can. And here we go. So we have 3, 4, and 5. I think we just drafted 3 last time. I know we've drafted 5, but let me try 5 again. Maybe that's where it is, and then if not, we'll draft number 4 and call it good there. Ooh, we can get the bookshop, but we already have all of that. We can get the terrace. Should block this off, but it would save us a lot of money in the long run. Or we do the treasure trove and just collect a ton of money. I think I want to go with the terrace here, because this will give us 2 gems, which is awesome. 1 from the watering can, 1 from the one we found. And now all green rooms, which we already wanted to draft more of, are should be free, which is really nice. That includes the aquarium, which will be awesome. We can get the corridor, the pantry here. I think I want to save the hallway, so we'll go with the pantry. This will give us a little bit more money and a couple extra steps. And we can go with the bedroom here or the chapel. I think we'll go with the chapel just to maximize our number of rooms we have available. We won't actually go in there just yet, though, because we don't need to. And why waste good money? All right, aquarium, I think, is the way to go here. Can use a watering can. We don't have the shovel yet, but now hopefully we have a way around the chapel if we're lucky. Wine cellar or parlor? Wine cellar would be good, but I do want to go with the parlor just to show off how smart I am. Actually, it's more because the parlor has a chance for diamonds and it will also allow us to continue and hopefully circumvent the chapel. So the letter B appears twice on the box that contains the gems. Okay, so if that's true, the letter B appears twice here. All statements that contain more than one B are true. Okay, well, that can't be right because, well, I mean, it could in theory, but let's see. The blue box contains gems. Okay, now this is interesting. So, if this is true, both of these are true, and therefore it is false. So, all statements that contain more than one B are not true. The blue box contains gems. Or rather, some statements, or I think it actually is more accurate to say, not all statements that contain more than one B are true. So that, because this one has to be false by definition. The letter that appears twice on the box that contains gems. Well, there's 2 boxes there, so this one also has to be false. Meaning that this one has to be true, because the gems can appear in 2 spots. Although actually this could be true. But either way, we have 2 that are indicating it is this box. So let's try the blue box. I think this is correct. And I was wrong. Wow. Okay. It must have been in the black box then. Well, we got our first one wrong. Unfortunate. All right, we'll grab the den here, because this will give another gem, and we can save the aquarium for later. We'll go with the courtyard here, because there's a good chance we'll get the shovel, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Awesome. Okay, and then until we get the... I'm actually not going to dig up these spots yet, because until we do, I do not want... I might build the power hammer instead of the... or the jackhammer, rather, instead, and that could give us better items there if we don't find the hammer. We'll go with the servant spare quarters here. Grab that. I think security is a good choice here, but we could also do the bedroom. I think we'll do the bedroom here. Oh, look, the coin purse. This is one of the items we need, along with the battery. So that's good. And we have the foundation on top of that. So that's kind of nice. Let's save the foundation. We'll stick to these green rooms because we got to try to get either the warehouse, or not the warehouse, the workshop, or the greenhouse. I kind of combined the two. We can do the gymnasium. That would cost us to lose footsteps every time we enter, but the great thing is we don't have to enter it just yet. And that gives us more open spaces. So we'll go back down here through the foundation. Again, I don't want to dig or anything yet. Ooh, security door already. Maybe getting security would have been smart. Throne room or the drawing room? I would love to get the throne room here, but out of the two... Well, the drawing room doesn't have a good rotation. So let's go with the throne room, just because this has a better rotation. And if we wanted to switch our power, this would help out a lot. And we can also open up room 46. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, YouTube. I just totally smacked my microphone. I do apologize. Hopefully when I balance the audio, it will fix that. Sorry about that. Hey, look, there's our one classroom. We've got the study, which would give us the queen. And we can spend gems on redraws. Or we can do the corridor. I think the corridor is probably the way to go here, just because it's guaranteed to be unlocked. Although, honestly, spending money on the classroom probably wouldn't be a bad idea either, and we wouldn't have to worry about, there might be an item in here. There's not, and that's okay. And again, some of our must-draws are, like, the drafting room. We have to get that. I think the passageway is fine here. This will open up a lot of options, and it will also open up the foundation door. More security doors there. Boiler room, hilariously enough, we actually could use this if we needed to get power to it. Or we can do the dark room, which would be gambling, but still could be useful. Or we could do the corridor. Man, I don't really feel there's a bad option here. Might be more dig spots in the boiler room, so we'll spend the money on the boiler room. Because this way, I also like the angle of it too. It gives an extra, extra run. We can do the weight room, which would lose half our steps. The closet to get some items. Or we could do the aquarium, which is one room of every color. I think we'll put the aquarium here. Though, maybe the weight room was the smart choice. I don't know. We can get the commissary or the boudoir. I think I'd rather go the boudoir just because of the way it's angled. Garage would be good for extra keys, but the boudoir, I think, will be very, very helpful. And look, there's a key on the floor, which is nice. And we get some reroll dice and a gem. So the boudoir is kind of a big old W. Let's go wrap up these guys in the bottom here. Oh, I didn't mean to dig there. But hey, we got the silver key. So I guess that worked. Let's see. I don't want to use the silver key here. So let's just do a normal key. And we got the patio. That'll spread gems in every green room. Or you can get the conference room. I don't know if I want the conference room right here, but let's go with the conference room. That way, if we spread anything, it's all in one location. I don't have to run around the mansion again. Though, in fairness, I do probably need to run around the mansion again anyway, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, I was hoping the key card would be in here. Sometimes we get lucky and the key card's here, but not the case today. We can get the commissary to buy whatever items we're missing. I think that's fine. Because unless we double our money anyway, which, unless we'd drawn the bunk room there, wasn't going to happen. Sledgehammer, yep. And we'll do the running shoes as well. I'll just buy both. Why not? We have the money. So we got the sledgehammer now. We just need the lever. And let's do the closet here. This will give a key and a gem. Okay. And there's more gems if we need them, which is cool. And now we maximized our room efficiency, which is kind of nice. So let's go back down through the boudoir, and we'll continue north now. We get the kennel. Oh, you know, that actually could be pretty good. If we run into locked doors, the kennel could be nice since we have the shovel. We could also do the corridor, but unless we get really unlucky and there's a security door here in the kennel, I think we'll be okay. And I do love how we can pet the puppies. Top tier gameplay, being able to pet the dogs. Okay, nothing else here. Lots of dig spots, so that's good. And again, only reason I'm not digging is I'm hopeful we'll find the workshop. Out of the ones here, I think I want the West Wing Hall. Again, just maximizing our number of doors. Sorry, just checking. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. I think that's a good one to get here. The veranda. And look, a gem. And the conservatory. I definitely think we want the conservatory here. Magnifying glass and the broken lever. That's awesome. Okay, sweet. Let's adjust our, rumpus room is standard. I think that's fine. Unusual for the Great Hall, I think that's fine. And then commonplace for the den. Yeah, I don't really feel the need to adjust the rarities on any of those. Let's use the key here. Dining room. I think that's an excellent option here. That'll give us plenty of footsteps. And our meal will be ready. Hell yeah. Well, we'll just eat too, because I'm not planning on getting the furnace today. I actually would strongly prefer not to get the furnace. And we have the access to the antechamber. Let's use the silver key here. The Vestibule, the Mount Holly gift shop, or the Great Hall. Well, the Great Hall, I think, would access the antechamber door and allow us into room 46. So let's get this. And then maybe we'll get lucky and we'll draw the foyer. But before we do that, let's see. Okay, there's definitely something behind this door. There's definitely something metal behind that door. I don't want to use my last key. So let's sacrifice a couple footsteps. We have the running shoes, so maybe it won't. But we'll go down through the West Hall, and we'll use our key here. Because there's a chance we'll get more. Okay, we can get the Doveco, we could rotate, or we could redraw. Oh, man. We could also get the Solarium. But the problem is now we don't have any keys, so as soon as we hit a locked door, we're screwed. Let's go with the mailroom. Because not only do we get an order, I was really hoping there would be a key in this room. But now we'll probably have to start digging. Case, it's useful to use a rough diagram of the steam duct system. Quite flexible. If you look along the ceiling, you'll find many of them outfitted with steam ducts. As long as you align the rooms together and under a string, power can be transferred. And it's intended even if they're on the opposite side of the house. Yeah, so... Oh, there's something you do with the boiler room and the laundry room. Okay, we should check that out. And boiler room in the garage as well. Good to know. Let me know if I've been writing to you too much. Moral quandary, written these fairly serial, didn't want us to assist you on your quest. Still, if it was that important, I believe you'd have the foresight to specifically instruct us not to interfere. Nothing ever determined from that level of supervision in the past. And working alongside him for over a decade, I like to imagine we were friends and I knew him well. In conclusion, I think you would have found the level of help I've offered within the acceptable range. Haven't spoken too much about him since his departure, but I know you didn't really know him that well. But soon as you're ready, I'm going to plenty of stories to tell. He's a fearless businessman with a great respect for invention. All the laboratories I worked in, I can tell you Mount Holly was a gem, and I'm hoping that we can continue that work once you've taken up the reins. I won't get ahead of myself. You still have to find the 46th room. Oh, thank you, Randolph. I don't know how you guys feel, but I personally feel that he has helped us out plenty. Admittedly, we've already kind of figured a lot of this stuff out before, but that's okay. All right, let's dig, because we need to hopefully find some keys. And maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find the vault. More coins. And I don't think there was anything in there or in the Great Hall. So, without a key, we can't even go into the Great Hall yet. So, we'll head back. Let me just take a look again. There's 3 locations we can dig in the kennel. Nothing there, and that's okay. Oh yeah, and every time we dig, it will unlock all the doors, which is really nice. And nothing there either. Okay, unfortunate. Hello again, guys. Alright, and I think we dug in the aquarium already. There's nothing in the commissary we can get, so let's... I always do that. I always go the wrong way. Every single time. See, this is why I'm Shenzo the Lost, guys, not Shenzo the Found. In case you were wondering. Alright, let's dig down here. Nothing there. Man, we haven't found a single key. That's unfortunate. Maybe we should have gotten the garage. Hindsight being what it is. Old shoe. Dang. Okay, now we should go through the... let me see. Let's go down into the courtyard. I think the courtyard and the aquarium both have places we can dig. So we'll go to the courtyard. Okay, we have a key. Fantastic. And a turnip. Not bad. All right, then we'll head into the courtyard, or the aquarium real quick, where I think there's one more spot we can dig. And another key. All right, sweet. We found 2 keys. Feels worth it. We can't get up through the passageway yet because we don't have power or security. Failed that first parlor game, which makes me sad. I was pretty confident in it, but I was obviously incorrect. Foyer! There we go. That's exactly what we needed. That'll unlock the Great Hall, so we're good to go there. We do need the greenhouse. I don't think we need the trophy room. But the problem here... No, we do have the Great Hall. The Great Hall doors will all be unlocked now. So, yeah, let's get the greenhouse. Sometimes there's an item in here. We could use the broken lever on that, but I don't really see the point. We'll dig up here. And now hopefully we can find the workshop. But no item in here. Unfortunate. I was really hoping there would be something. That's okay, though. I don't want to use the broken lever there. Alright, let's, we gotta head all the way back around. Up. Hey, YouTube, can you give me 1 second? My mom is calling me. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Hey, YouTube, I'm back. Sorry about that. It was my mama. Wanted to make sure I talked to her. Nothing groundbreaking, don't worry. Like, it's not like, oh my gosh, the world's on fire. No, it's just, we were catching up on a conversation from earlier today. Long story short is that, one of my friends, Shoshima's lovely, lovely wife, has recently taken off on TikTok. And so I was kind of picking her brain earlier, and my mom was like, hey, if you learn anything useful, pass it along to me, because my mom's a small business owner, and I am looking into potentially starting my own business. So it's one of those things where we were just like, yeah, let's ask Kristen for tips, and she was basically told us, hey, this is what I've been doing, and this is how I think we can help you out. Why did the metal detector just go off? Might be because I got too close to the Great Hall wall, if I had to guess. Just opening up all the doors. I'm unstoppable. Okay. Man, both of the keys were right there. And actually, that I always forget that the Great Hall opens the one on the right, not the left. So, oops. All right, security. This could be good. We could also get the hallway. I don't think we're gonna access the antechamber through the south door. So I'll go with security because this will also give us an opportunity to see if I missed anything in the house. And to reduce the number of security doors, which hopefully will reduce to pretty much 0. Okay, there are 2 coins I missed. I'm okay with missing 2 coins. But we'll do the security level here. We'll set it to low. And then the offline mode we'll set to unlocked. And that'll be good. Now, let's go into the network as well, because we'll see if there's a hint on the staff board, and we can put it in order as well. Staff services, staff announcements. Simon, remind me when I come back to work to create a Blackbidge admin key for you, as you are obviously very technically proficient, perhaps even more so than most of my staff here. Funny enough, following our format, the naming of your key would seriously let it be Jones, which might be the first one where the admin key is the same as the last name. That's kind of fun. Yeah, but alright, let's put in a special order. And let's put in the shovel. Because I think in order to find the deposit key we are missing, we do need the shovel or the jackhammer. I'm not sure which one. Let's go south. I was going to say because it's less likely to be locked, and of course we immediately hit a locked door. Gallery I think will be good. I don't want to use the freezer. We don't want to freeze our accounts just yet. So let's use the gallery here, because this will give us access to room 8 and some more gems. And that way, if security's locked on the other side, we can open up room 8 and get another allowance token. Secret passageway could be good here, but I don't actually want it because we have the passageway connecting. Workshop, though, I will take. And the lockpick key, that's good. Is there anything else around here? Some coins, okay. We did miss at least one section of coins. And, okay. Let's get the power hammer. But real quick, I just want to check something. So, it's not battery pack and coin purse. I'm going to make a quick note. Remember, if you guys don't remember from last time, if you're just watching for the first time today, we were trying to identify what the secret was. The secret item, and we had the compass, battery, coin purse, and a question mark. So it is not not battery plus CP. Just make a little note there. So I would imagine the coin purse goes with something we don't have. But let me check. So we could do that. Lockpick and detector for the sound pick. But coin purse doesn't go with any of these. So it's most likely an item that you can only get from, if I had to guess, probably the showroom. But I'm not 100% sure. But let's make the broken lever. Let's do the power sledge one last time, since we have it. Then we're going to run back to the greenhouse. And we can just do that this way, actually. So we'll run back to the greenhouse. So we'll knock this out. Whoops, that's not the way we wanted to go. And then I started running. Man, I really wish we'd been able to turn off the weight room there. But here we go. Break this open. And now I think we've done everything. I think. So here is the original gardener's logbook. So there's probably going to be some information here. And hey, look at that. We have evidence. Oh, and this also opens up another door to the greenhouse. Wow, that is awesome. But it looks like that threatening note is what we had. She loves me not, she loves me, and she loves me not. The original Gardener's Logbook from February 1990, when I get fired. This is a record of my many indiscretions and lapses of judgment. Should this logbook ever be found, know that my guilt succeeded only by my failings. As a groundkeeper of a vast estate, it is my responsibility to ensure that the property remains well maintained and beautiful all year round. Many green rooms, yada yada yada. That would be the day. So they may be appreciative of the guests and the family. That would be the day. Logbook, many years overdue, will serve as a record of some of my duties. And I hope many more to come. Not many, apparently. This decision was absolute rubbish. Create a new species of flower with a fruit that resembles a gemstone. Every detail of the fruit is not edible, is nevertheless a marvel of nature. And Randolph Moore, Cinca decided to deny your request to announce your discovery to the public. Pour my heart and soul into the project, investing countless hours of research and experimenting to create something truly extraordinary. I feel that flowers' potential makes significant impact in the field of horticulture, and it's hidden away for further research. I suspected they wanted the flower to serve primarily as a cheap way to produce resources for special floor prints. Perhaps I should quit. I really, really should have. Alright, he's disheartened. Ambition reignited on 1991. Employee contracts for the staff were kept within the private office in the 10th rank. Found it quite remarkable, considering that the house only has 9 ranks. This all but confirms long-held suspicion that room in 46 room is in fact north of the antechamber. It's too obvious. Much as I wish to abandon all pretense of caring about my job, I fear I must resume my gardening duties for the sake of appearances. It has, after all, been a long time since the north side of the house received groundskeeper's undivided attention. Let's trim the hedges and see what we find. Yep, so here we are. We have the weight room, secret garden, and the great hall. It's impossible to perceive its existence from the outside. Only through the antechamber. Security's tighter after Mary's disappearance. The room is no longer locked behind regular doors. It can be opened with regular keys. Remote access levers installed. Funnily enough, I already know location of 3 levers. One was recently installed in the greenhouse. The other 2 were installed in the secret garden. It's almost like they were choosing green rooms just to tempt me. Exploration have yet to yield the fruit I seek. I have in time gained a much greater mastery of the estate and have stolen many glimpses behind the black curtain that veils her many secrets. One of the more hidden, exciting of my recent finds was the hidden chamber in one of the outer rooms, sealed shut on a false wall. Stale quality of the air and the unmistakable aroma, corroded metal led me to believe the chamber had remained sealed for many decades. Within, I found a large vat and a copper still. Their time-worn surfaces streaked with creeping veins of oxidation and rust. It was resealed in January after the deal in Reddington fell through. Unsure these instruments can be restored, but if they can't, I may have yet use for the sugar beets and potato stores rotting away in the root cellar. I think that's the trading hall, right? Discover the location of the north lever. It's deep underground, a location so far removed from any of the estate's plant life that had been discovered would have been completely vulnerable. Not any excuse but curiosity to offer my captor. So I had to wait until the Baron is away, as it reduces the risk of being caught significantly, and once he leaves, I don't think the delay in returning will be too hard to engineer now that Kristoff is under my thumb and beholden to do whatever I command. I think Kristoff was the driver. No turning back now. After finally reaching the objective I've been working towards for the last 4 months, I made an impulsive decision in the heat of the moment. It took more than just my contract. I found something that I know could give me the chance to make back some money I felt was owed to me, and I grabbed the opportunity without really considering the consequences. Given that this is now the only missing file in the staff contracts, I've unwittingly left an incriminating trail leading directly back to me. My only hope is that they consider it too obvious to be plausible. I'm almost positive that I'm not going to get away with it, but at this point I feel I owe it to myself to get what's coming to me one way or another. So it looks like he was the way, he was the one who, who left that threatening letter in the antechamber. And that's probably why he was fired. Alright, we can do the dark room or the storeroom here. I think we'll use our last reroll, because ideally I'd like to get one that has an angle, and I really would rather not gamble with the dark room. We have the Geist chamber, the Geist bedroom, or the attic. I think we'll go with the attic here. It will have 8 items in here, and maybe there will be another clue. Oh, look, the compass! It's a pity we already used the battery, but maybe we can use the compass to, maybe we can use the compass to build one of the last 2 items? Maybe? Admittedly, I kind of doubt it, but, you know. So, he is pointing through an area with a broken section that might be worth looking at. Oh, and a treasure map, too. I almost overlooked this. I think that's in here. That's convenient. Let's start digging. Pretty cool. Oh, I got a text message. Let me just make sure it's not important. Eight gems. Nice. Alright, secret tunnel in the greenhouse. Alright, let's go back up all the way to security. Gonna cost us a couple more points here. Ouch. Also stop by the workshop and experiment, since we know the compass is one of them. One of the combinations revolves around the compass, but I do suspect it's the compass and the battery. Compass and the shovel. I think we've already built that one. Yeah, that's the dowsing rod. Okay, so that's good to know. Yeah, it's probably the compass and the battery, and then more than likely, because it's not the compass and the coin purse, so more than likely, I'm going to put these 2 together and then these 2 together to build the items. So we need to save the battery for next time. I know we used it for the power hammer. I kind of wish we could disassemble it, but I don't think you can. And that's fine. We'll go back in through security. We'll use key 8 here. And okay. Tail of the skin. Got that. Sloth. Got that. The dog is at the end. Over here. Penned the number, so that's gluttony. I've done this puzzle a lot, if you guys can't tell. This one over here is lust. I think the lion is envy. Yep, N within its sin. Avarice, I think, goes there, and then this is Wrath. Yep, alright, sweet. And we got the allowance token. So that'll bump up our allowance again, which is kind of nice. We don't have any rerolls. But the drawing room will certainly do a lot for that. Hell yeah. Give us some free rerolls there, which is awesome. And another gem. Not that we honestly need it, but still. Patio! Or the boudoir. Let's go with the boudoir as much as I want the patio. The boudoir will give us rerolls. Use the lockpick key here. And yep, we'll use the corridor. Man, I actually don't want the observatory here because that would trigger the other thing, and we have way too many items. I can't get rid of them all. Treasure Trove is pretty good here. Now, how hilarious would it be if we got the Mount Holly gift shop as like our last roll? Let's use this. We don't have the pump room, so true treasure is not of the trove is not in the house. Yep, that is the one down below. Man, but yeah, if we could get the Mount Holly gift shop, I think we have enough money with interest. We'll just use the key. Kitchen, nursery, or hallway? Let's gamble. Why not? Ah, the gamble wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it, everybody. Dang. Should have gone with the hallway, because then we could have gone the antechamber and then room 46. But that's okay. But yeah, it's good to know that that we were right. Denny Ravain was the one that that sent the threatening message about the secret room no longer being so secret. And okay, I don't think there's anything else we can do. We did get the super sledge there, which is pretty awesome. We got our additional allowance from room 8. We looked at all the doors in the Great Hall. We opened up the antechamber, but we did not go in. Did the dining hall already, did the conservatory. We didn't even get the vault, so the vault key won't matter. We don't have the check-in closet, so I can't store anything like the compass or, you know, the coin purse. We don't need the watering can, which is nice. So yeah, it looks like perhaps tomorrow will be the day that we go into the observatory and we try to knock out the solution underground. But I think we'll call it a day in the Geist bedroom and just see what this does to our footsteps. Hopefully it's not like doesn't have it. Half it, I should say. But let's call it a day here. And then YouTube, I'm going to take a very short break to respond to a text message and send out another one. So give me a couple minutes, which hopefully you will not see, and I will be right back. But yeah, hang tight there, YouTube. Hey, YouTube! Welcome back. Sorry, I accidentally hit save and continue before I resumed the video, so if you're seeing kind of an awkward transition, that's why. We're just literally loading into day 51. But yeah, we had a pretty successful run. We didn't find anything for the vault, but we did knock out that last greenhouse wall, which is good. I don't think there's any left that we need the power sledge for. We have put ourselves in a position. We do have that box, I don't want to forget, where we can potentially solve the problem down below. So what I would like to do here is, I'm not even going to trigger Banner of the King just yet. We will try to get the observatory. As soon as possible, we will try to activate that and spend 2 gems. And we will run down as quickly as possible. So we're going to just get the corridor here. I hate to do it this early, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. We'll get the parlor. And hopefully we won't fail to solve it this time. We did fail for the very first time. And that's okay. We will get the... We could get the commissary here. That could be useful for later. So let's do the commissary. We'll save the West Wing Hall for now. And hopefully we can get the observatory. Utility closet. Yeah, let's get the utility closet there. We haven't used it a ton lately, but it still could be very, very useful. Alright, and then let's continue on again. The goal is to get the observatory. We need the observatory this run. I think I want to, as much as I would love to get security, I think we do need... We'll start with the reading nook here. And again, we're not picking anything up because, well, we need it. I'll get the library. And wow, this is the first time. Mail-in sweepstakes. Okay, awesome. Let's read this while we're here. I know I don't want to rush through again, being very careful. Critical draw, offer nothing but dead ends. They are the death of your house. Dead ends hold some inherent value. Okay. However, seasoned architects quickly learn you don't want to ignore them completely. Every house needs some dead ends. It removes that floor plan from the draft pool. So, yep, pretty good. Rank behind you is a great strategy. So, yeah, that's always pretty good. The tomb is most straightforward strategies because it will give you money. So, that's always good. 8 Algerian angels of that early era are scattered throughout the tomb's chambers, are a memento of times past. Tomb center strategy, several visits, finding shops, amassing enough steps to allow for return trips, and drafting as many dead ends as possible. We have the schoolhouse, extra classroom plans. Yep, makes sense. Denny Ravain, who made his home while employed on the estate in this humble bedroom. Better items can be found in the trading post. Sounds good. Vegetables and fruits in the shelter. And here's the shrine. Here's some of the blessings. Okay, that's cool. Blessing of the general. Berry picker. You can pick a berry. Blessing of the monk. Draw the room while drafting on the grounds the following day. Blessing of the chef. Add an extra dish. Dancer, you can pay 1 to spin floor plans. Ooh, that could be good. Blessing of the gardener. We do get that one. And blessing of the high roller. Let's see. How much gold? They're persistent, last several days. The type and duration can differ depending on the amount of gold given, but the more gold you offer, the longer the blessing will last. And draft 20 or more dead ends in a single day, and you could win 200 gold and the trophy of sweepstakes. Okay, so we have to draft 20 dead ends in a single run. And the secret passage is categorized as a dead end. Okay, and then there's the hovel, coat check, study, and attic. Okay, so that is what we need to do. We need to try to draft 20 dead ends. Good to know. I will have to try that out. Try to go for a strategy there at some point. Okay, we got the observatory. So let us activate it. And okay, we need only the Southern Cross. So we have activated the Southern Cross. We have no items. So let us run down. And we will continue, and maybe we'll get lucky with some information, but let's run back down under there. and we will see what it is. I think this is going to be very exciting. Even if this, you know, mansion turns out to be pretty awful. That is, if we can solve this puzzle, I think it will be worth it. 100%. But we have no items, we've got no gems, no keys, no dice, nothing, no gold. We have... Hopefully we don't have to wait all the way till 1:30. Because I think the thing said at the golden hour, which, if it's the same as the clock tower, it was 1:30. So, let us dash in here, dash in here, dash through here. And let us see. Okay, we are here. Did we make it too early, though? We might have. We might need to wait for the golden hour. And that could be a long wait. So... let me check. Let me reread my notes here. And if it is a long wait, YouTube, I'm not gonna make you guys wait that long. I'll probably just sit here on my own. I'll just commit to it. In Ares' court, where the king now lays on the sacred hour. So it is on the sacred hour. So yeah, we'd have to wait till 1:30. I think it is still very early. So that is, I think, going to be quite a long wait. Let me race back, and we'll check the time. 1:30. But we'll race back into the entrance hall. There's a clock in there. And we'll just check the time, and I'll do a rough estimate of about how long it'll take. We might do a little bit of exploring outside. Like, maybe we'll go out and do the exit room and then check to see what he was pointing at, if we can find that. With the broken location, because there might be something there. In the photo from the attic. But then again, maybe not, because maybe it's not actually broken, and maybe it's a... We did remove some of these boxes, so I just want to see if there's anything down here, too. I have a feeling this is going to be a shortcut once we clear all these boxes out. Probably to the basement or something. Okay, but nothing there. Might be something over there, but not 100% sure, and I don't want to use too many steps. Okay. If that time is accurate, which it does look like it's moving, it's only 9:15. So that's 4 hours. That's going to be about 30 minutes of waiting, guys. That's a long wait. If it's about 7 minutes per hour, that's going to be about 28 minutes. So I'm not going to make you guys sit around and wait. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get as far as we can without picking anything up in the mansion. We'll go with the schoolhouse. And we'll just see how far we can go by building everything out for now. And then once we wrap up, I'll head back down there and I will sit here and wait. I'll set a timer and I will start the recording again when it gets close. And we can just hang out and talk. So we'll get the guy's bedroom here because that'll give us some rerolls. I know I'm using a lot of footsteps, but Again, I'm not particularly stressed out about that today. And yeah, we'll put the Great Hall here because that'll guarantee us a way forward, which is good. So, but unfortunately, we did lock ourselves out there. We can't move anywhere else. So I'm gonna head back. We'll pause, and I will set a timer, and we'll get that recording set. You know, I'll start up the recording again as soon as we're done. So, YouTube, you guys know the drill. Thank you so much for hanging out, and hopefully for you guys this will only be a couple seconds, but I'm gonna sit around and wait for about 30 minutes, and we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna make sure to do it inside there, so that way the cutscene should trigger. Especially if I like mistime it or anything, which is why I'm probably gonna try to go a little early. But yeah, I'll set a timer for about 28 minutes, and we will we'll knock that out. But yeah, definitely using a lot of footsteps today, which I'm okay with, because this is the main thing I want to try and solve. So we'll go back down here. And here we are. So, YouTube, I'll be back in just a second. Hang tight. Hey YouTube, I decided that after what happened last time, where I stopped the recording and walked away and missed something, I'm just going to keep this here and I'll delete it later if I have to. But we took a quick break. I already did the cutoff point. We've only missed about 5 minutes, so this will probably just literally be me sitting here snacking for now. I had a really good interaction, some good news that I'll probably won't get to share later, but one of my cats and my dog just had a standoff that did not end with either one of them unhappy, which is pretty nice. Usually, with that particular cat, Agokati, he tends to get very afraid when Tanner gets like too close. And that was not the case. That was not the case at all today. I'm also just going to Google this. Since we're here. Not that I don't mind spending 20 minutes hanging out with you guys, but I'm just going to Google and make sure that I'm doing the right thing here. Because again, I don't expect any of this to make it into the final cut at all, but I figure I'll just record to be safe. Let's see, so this is blueprints. And we got the Southern Cross. So this is the castle cipher when to trigger. Okay, so it's when you enter the room, so we might need to exit out and then enter in at 1:30. You must be in the room at 1:30 p.m. Okay. Alright, cool. So we're already in the room. We don't need to do anything else. I did not Google anything beyond that on the solution. I just wanted to confirm if you could just be in the room at 1:30. People are apparently big mad at Mario Kart World for some reason. One other thing I should check, since we're here. In-game time speed. 5 minutes is an hour. Okay. So if we were 4 hours apart, that's about 20 minutes. I set the timer for 25, so we should be at about 10 minutes. So I'll probably cut off this part of the recording and then start at around 10. It's about 5 minutes per game. For in-game hour, I think around when I started, it was probably around 9:30. Yeah, as you guys can see, I'm just 100% snacking right now. Taking a moment in this time to snack. And of course, probably none of you guys will see this. I'm just talking to myself. Always one of the things I've wondered is, like, does every YouTuber have to like to hear the sound of their own voice? Because, you know, it's all, like, pre-recorded. Or at least it used to be. I've always wondered about that. I think that's why I enjoy collabs so much, is because it's like, I don't have to talk as much. Well, unless I'm collabing with, like, Shoshima and his brothers. They didn't talk very much last night. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this particular... I'm gonna pause this recording, and then we're gonna get into it. So hang tight, and, be right back. Alright, hey YouTube, I am back. Sorry, I just, had a snack. While I was waiting. We are approaching the 10-minute mark here, and the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because, as it turns out, actually I should say it's like the 15-minute mark, rather, but the reason why I'm starting the recording a bit earlier is because, one, I didn't want to miss it like we did with the observatory that one time. You guys remember? I was pretty salty about it. I think I edited out all that waiting, but I did, if I remember correctly, I did explain it. And the other reason is because I decided to look up how fast in-game time was rather than just make a guesstimate based on what I've told. And apparently it is potentially only 5 minutes rather than 7, which would shear off, you know, I think like an additional 8 minutes or so based on my previous calculations to go from like 10 minutes to 20. So I was like, well, we've already been waiting for like 15, so let's start early and we can just kind of talk about some stuff and see. So one of the things I figured we could go over here while I was waiting for the timer, and just so you guys can see real quick, I have my timer set for about 10 minutes, and if you really have eagle eyes, you'll see that the alarm will go off at 4:16, so that should tell you when I'm playing this. Not that it gives out a whole lot of information. But I figured with the 10-minute timer, that should be good. So, what we're doing here is, I think that something is supposed to happen when we're standing in the room with no items at the golden hour, which is 1:30 in-game time. And then we have to use the castle cipher to solve something. And I imagine, just based on what the clues I've decoded are, is, it has something like a safe. There will be like a safe in here. And that safe will be, you know, rotate like to 109, and then rotate to, and then it says next, so it's, if you're wondering where I got 109, the castle cipher is SIX. That's the one I had to look up because I had the X in the wrong spot. So that's the one I actually had to get corrected, but it's CIX, which is Roman numerals for 109. Then we have ADD 6 SIX. So I think that's just add 6 to it. I think that's fairly straightforward, but maybe that's too obvious, but I have learned that I tend to overthink things, so I'm just kind of going for the obvious one here. So then you set it to 115, And then the next three, I haven't figured this out yet, are Tor, Lore, Et. So Tor, Lore, Et, that does sound like the Erajan that we talked about before. And Et was in one of the answers we got about the house facing east. So I know that Et is not a house, so I'm assuming Et is east. So I'm thinking that if you're looking at a north, north-south, east-west type thing, east is going to be to, I want to say to the left, on a compass, right? North, south, east, and west? No, west is on the left and east is on the right. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of my thought is I don't know what Tor or Lore means. Tor might be rotate backwards, maybe? I don't know. That feels like a stretch. Like if we go with like the safe combination, like ROT backwards is rotate, so turning it, this way? If that makes sense? I don't know. Well, maybe it's even coming in backwards. I don't know. But you guys get my point. It's like, instead of rotating it forwards, you rotate it backwards, maybe? I don't know. And I don't know what lore is to this day. I tried, but I don't know. So I'm gonna review the notes we took, I guess, from that grade, because we got time. Nothing's happened yet. So lore is word. Oh. I'm gonna be honest, that was surprisingly easier than I thought it was gonna be. So, Tor, word, east. Toward east. These damn... Oh my gosh. I'm really glad no one's around to clip that. That's embarrassing. Toward east. Tor, word, east. Tor, word, east. Toward east. So then rotate it east. Which, again, if I'm drawing a compass, east is to the right? Is it? Well, we'll figure it out. Whatever, when it happens, we'll figure it out. Which, hopefully, if I did my math correct, it should be happening almost any second now. We should get a trigger for something. I imagine, just my guess, is that either this is going to pop up or this is going to pop up. And then, like I said, I'm expecting some kind of safe. And maybe even the third red letter, but that also could be, they did say something about a black key, which I don't understand. But I imagine that has to do with the throne room, which is a black room. I'm just exiting and entering to see if it does anything, because we are approaching, at this point, 20 minutes. And if I did my math correctly, we were about 20 minutes away from the golden hour, if the in-game time to real time has been calculating correctly. And we just surpassed the 20-minute mark. So we will see. But yeah, that's kind of where my thought process is. We still need to find the other deposit key in the vault, and I think we'll need to make the jackhammer to get a higher chance of that. I think the jackhammer, what it does is it allows for more of what's it called? Allows for more of the, like, rare items to get dug up, I think is what it does. Sorry, I was really struggling with my words there. So the golden hour with the Southern Cross. Pretty sure we did everything. We had the Southern Cross in the sky. We activated that one. We didn't activate the others. I don't want to leave to go run and check, because not only would that use more steps, but there's a chance we'll miss it. I'm just running. But yeah, you know, I don't know if we're going to have more... What other puzzle will be waiting? The Castle Cipher was definitely the hardest one for me. I actually did have to look it up. Not that there hasn't been a ton of puzzles I've had to have help with. I've had quite a few that I've needed help with in this game. And that's okay. That just goes to show I have a lot more that I can think of. But yeah, I'm wondering if I mistimed it. Maybe it was closer to the original. And who knows, maybe I'll just edit all this out and we'll just start in as soon as the cutscene starts. You guys won't see any of this, I don't know. What are the advantages of recording my own stuff? Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't really feel there's a ton more I can comment on. You know, we did solve that, you know, Danny Ravine, he got fired for, you know, not just, you know, for... He was a disgruntled employee and, yeah, left a threatening message with the about the red letters. Stole his own and, yeah, demanded money. But alright, yeah, my timer is just about up. We're at about a minute left. Been 10 minutes since I hit the recording, so... There's a part of me that, like, wants to go double check it, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure we did everything correctly. We set everything up. There's a, The Southern Cross is in the sky. We have no items. We're here in the room. And yeah, my alarm's about to go off, so I'll just cancel it. Yeah, we set it for 25 minutes, so it looks like... I'm wondering if we missed it. We'll stay in here again. I'll keep an eye on it for a couple more minutes. I'll see if, you know, maybe if I leave the room and then come back in. Did that do anything? No. Didn't even trigger a step, so... I don't know. I don't want to run out and miss it. But we are at the time. I'm pretty sure, unless I really did the math wrong. If it was in-game time, then we would still have like 3 more minutes. If it was 7 minutes... So it says 7.5. So if that's the case, if it's 7.5 and we were 4 hours, that's going to be 30 minutes. Not 20. Not 25. $7:31. So we'll give it another minute or two. Like I said, maybe I'll just edit a lot of the stuff out beforehand. But someone said they timed it, and it's 7 minutes and 31 seconds, and that does line up with what Femzy told me. So it's possible it's not the golden hour yet. Honestly, hindsight being what it is, I should have stayed out by a clock and just, you know, stared at it. Oh, hey, there it is. Okay, cool. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. But east is down here. So let's move it to 109. To start. And there's a red button here. So do you have to press it after every time? Let's try. Okay, 109. Add 6. 115. Okay. Oh. Alright, let's try this again. 109. E. Add 6. And head east. Rotate east. So let's go this way. And that's where east is, right? The key of Aries. Okay. We did it. Wow. I had a 50-50 shot. I got that one right. Okay, so I will put that in here. Now, is that something I keep in there? Yeah, so it looks like... What do we use this for, I wonder? And do I have to come back and do this again? Oh, that's gonna be awful. I wonder if this is what Femzy meant when she told me that you'll want to hang on to rare items in the game with the coat check. I think that's what she may have meant here. Okay, we've got the key of Aries here. Hopefully we won't have to unlock that again and we can just come pick it up. But we'll see. I would really hate to have to come back here every time at 1:30 with nothing to trigger that, but I think the patch where they opened everything else up, hopefully that'll apply there. I will probably end up checking that while we go back up. So let me check, now that we've solved it. Okay. Alright, so I just did a very quick Google search, everybody. Just full transparency. And I didn't check anything for what it's needed. I don't know. But what I did check was, does it reset? And no, you can go pick up the key of Aries every single time. You do not have to redo all what we just did. It'll open up automatically the moment we go in there, according to Google. So we will see if that is correct. Sleeping mask and 2 gems. Man, that's actually a pretty nice way to start. Alright, and again, Operation Find the Vault. So we have the parlor, the commissary, and the key with the reading nook. We're going to go this way. We'll get this first because there's a Geist room in here anyway. And we'll also trigger the rest of this stuff because I think we'll get some more items. And got 2 chests and 6 diamonds from that, as well as the farmer's apple. I honestly was kind of hoping for the key, but, you know, that's fine. We'll get some extra steps, and we have at least one key to start. And since we know the Great Hall will, still be there, no sweat. So let's go in and trigger everything in like the utility closet, get all our usual stuff set up. We don't have the sledgehammer yet, but maybe we can buy that from the commissary if it's there. And then here we go. We got the wind-up key. The gems are in the white box. The statement is as true as the statement on the black box. And the gems are not in the black box. Okay. Gems are not in the black box. The gems are in the white box. So, technically, all three of these could be true. This statement is as true as the statement on the black box. So, if this one is true, then the black box also has to be true. If this one is false, then the black box also has to be false. So, the problem is that if this one's true and these two are false, then this doesn't tell us much. But if this one's false, then the black box can still be true. Alright, YouTube, I do apologize. My dog is barking. I need to go see what he needs. I will be right back. Alright, YouTube, I'm back. Sorry, my dog was reminding me it was time for his dinner. And he was correct. So, we are still here. I still haven't solved anything. The gems are not in the black box. This statement is as true as the statement on the black box. And the gems are in the white box. So, this statement is conditional based on the truth or falsehood of this box. But if this box is true, then this box is true. And this box would be saying that the gems are in the black box. Whereas this one's saying they're in the white box, so that's the contradiction. If this box is false, technically both of these could still be true, which means the gems would be in the white box. And then if both of these are false, the gems would be in the blue box. So this statement is as true as the statement on the black box. So if this statement is false, then either... Well, yeah, let's look at it from that direction. If this statement is false independently, that means that the gems would be in the... that would mean both of these would have to be true, because if one is false, the gems are not in the white box, and this one's true, the gems are not in the black box, then it would be the blue box. But if this is true, or rather if this is false, and this is true that they're not in the black box, and this is true that the gems are in the white box, then that would mean this is the only false one, and these two would have to be true. So there's conditionals here. That's what they're doing, is that this box is conditional on this one, and then this box is also conditional on this one. Because if this box is true, or rather, if this box is true, that makes this box true. If this box is true, then this box would have to be false. But if this box is true, then this box also has to be true, and therefore this box also is true, which can't be right. So, one of these guys is a liar. Which we already knew, but I just had to say it all dramatic like that, because, content creator, searching for drama, trying to be entertaining, you know how it is. So, if this one was false, then it would say the gems are in the black box. But if this one is true, then that would make this one true. So if this box is false, then this box would have to be false. Meaning this box would have to be true, which doesn't make any sense. Ergo, this box has to be true in every single combination I can think of. The gems are in the white box. Final answer. Let's see if I got it wrong. Got it right. Alright, redeemed myself after that last one. Hell yeah. Took me a little longer. That one was tricky. I will give them that. Looks like they have the shovel and the metal detector. Well, I guess I'll get the shovel at the very least. And we'll get the metal detector too. Why not? Why not? I don't expect to actually get enough money. We'll turn that off for now. Flip the gymnasium off. Not with the middle finger, but you know. And we'll switch the darkroom power off. And call it good. Okay. No sledgehammer, unfortunately. And only one key. But luckily, the one key is where we needed to go. We could go to the weight room, which would lose half our steps. Would trigger the antechamber, though. So that could be useful. Yeah, let's go. Like, if we were going to draw the weight room, this is the time where we don't have a lot of steps to lose. And now if we draft some bedrooms, we have access to the foundation. Rotunda, okay, that's pretty good. We could draft multiple things from there. And this is my laboratory! One of the best jokes from SpongeBob, I must say. This is my lab! And this is my laboratory! If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're either too young or, man, you're not on TikTok enough. Alright, each time we find trash while digging, either deliver a letter or remove a crate. Also could unseal one of the antechamber doors, but I don't know if we're going to get that far today. Alright. Let's dig up some trash. Staff services, staff announcements. Alright, nothing there. That's okay. Servant spare quarters. Well, we do have 2 bedrooms. That would give us 2 keys, which is pretty great given that we have no keys. And an orange. Orange is nice. Free citrus. Alright, let's not use the key right away. Not when we have the rotunda here. Alright, so far we've drafted 2 dead ends. The utility closet and the Geist bedroom. Yeah, we'll rotate this way, just so we can get both of the rooms. But yeah, like right here would be a great place to draw a dead end. I forgot that we also had the additional bonus of trying to get the classrooms this round, so dead end's probably not the run to do this on. So let's go with the classroom, because this will give us some extra steps. Apples are extra delicious today, hell yeah. We'll go with the bedroom here. Might have been nice to try to go for the classroom, but I do want to try to get some more diamonds as well. And then I think we'll try to draft from the rotunda, just because that'll give us a rotation, which will be nice. We'll have the ability to rotate in here. So, oh, we could just go with another classroom, though. I don't really want to do the archives, and I don't, like, the storeroom will be useful, but I kind of want to hang on to that. Let's go with the classroom. Okay, and now let's... That's just a dead end, which is fine. I don't think we gained or lost any steps either. Alright, let's dig and hope we get some trash. Well, it's not trash, but that's alright. We'll take coins. Nothing. Ugh, the worst possible outcome. And a key. Okay. Well, not what we wanted, but hey, you know, beggars can't be choosers, am I right? Alright. And yeah, because I haven't gotten security yet. Although, you know, with the lab, I could just literally go into security. Let's do that real quick. What am I doing? Let's just automatically set that up. I keep forgetting I have that as a power. Log on to network. Swan Song. Remote terminal access. View active terminals. Go into security. Yeah, why not? Sorry, I'm expecting a text message back. So, view estate inventory. 2 gems, 1 key, 3 coins, and 2 trunks. Man, how did I miss all of that? I may have to go back and look through the system. Keycard system. Set security level to high. And change offline mode to unlocked. Confirm setting. Back. Exit. Okay, oh, right, I totally forgot. The reason why there's so much shit in there is because it's in the Great Hall, and we just didn't unlock that door. We didn't unlock those doors. That's why. I'll try to get some more keys and then come back. Let's get the den here. Just because that'll give us another gem. Which will be useful. And then knowing that there are more gems elsewhere is always helpful. We'll go this way. Use another key. And yeah, I think getting the classroom is the way to go here, right? I know how to block that off, but I don't want to use a reroll, and we need the classrooms anyway. We're trying to get 9 of them. We only have 3. But the nice thing is that apples are extra delicious today, so this is actually really beneficial for us. Yeah, let's keep going. Pool hall, chapel. Let's use a free redraw here. I don't really like any of those. We'll go another classroom. Definitely need to find more diamonds, that's for sure. And unlucky, even though we have the metal detector, we have not gotten much. Man, this will be our last key use as well. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Let's do a redraw. Anytime you enter the vestibule, 3 of the doors unlock and the 4th one becomes locked. Or we do the boudoir. No, let's re-roll again. This will give us more food. Or we can do the classroom. Let's go with the dining room here. I'm hoping there will be a key on the floor, but it doesn't look like there is one. But luckily we just drew the garage. I think that's worthwhile because it'll have 3 keys and the power's on as well, so... Now if we find the garage door keys, that'll be good. I just want to take a look around here. Now we have a shortcut outside if we need it. Alright, we'll go south. Hopefully we'll get a classroom here. I don't want to use the vestibule here. Classroom. Grab an apple. I'm just checking to make sure there's no, like, magnifying glass or anything here. Don't see anything. I think this would be a good place to get the closet. Got a gem, which is awesome. Okay. Yeah, definitely want to try to focus here so we can take the final exam. I think that should be our priority here. Well, that and making sure that we hit every classroom we can. Let's do the chapel here, just because that'll give us more options. Yeah, we'll lose money every time we walk in, but that's okay. That's not the goal for today. Anyway, is to focus on cash. Workshop could be good. Let's go with that. Yay, security door. And, oh, the coin. Okay. Got the coin purse. No battery, though. Could get the shovel detector. That actually could be really useful. Okay. We'll open this up. I don't want to freeze my assets. Not where we're at. Pantry would give us more footsteps. I almost said more feet. Almost walked right into that one. Nursery would probably have an item. But let's use a redraw here. I think I would much rather have the classroom here. This is history, grade 6. So we need 3 more classrooms, which means we need to get 2 more gems. At minimum. Pool hall will probably give us more keys. Do we have exactly 2 shops? I don't think we do. Go with the pool hall here. This will probably give us some keys, hopefully. Man, our metal detector has, like, legitimately not worked for pretty much anything. Alright, 1 3 squared is 9. No, I'm sorry, that was actually 16. It was 1 plus 9. I thought it was times in my head. 16. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Minus 1. No, it's times. So 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 3 is 6. Times 3 is 18. Alright. Don't square to you there. So 10 divided by 10 is 1. Times 4 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. Is my metal detector, like, not even working? Hello? Okay. Pantry. Some citrus. Hell yeah. Use this. Oh. Let's redraw. A second Great Hall has entered the building. Yeah, if we use the classroom, that would use up our last gem. We could go back and open up the Great Hall. There's some gems in there. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll use this. I thought about getting the boudoir magnifying glass. We can't draft the drawing room. Don't want to go with the storeroom, so let's redraw. Boudoir's facing the wrong way. We'll redraw again. Don't have the pool room, so East Wing Hall will be where it's at. Something on the ground. Ah, 2 coins, dang. I was really hoping it would be a key. Use a key. Lost and found. Or we could end the run. Those are our choices. Okay. Let's go back to the Great Hall. I shouldn't have tried to draft there. Just check again and see if the coin purse I can do anything here. I cannot. That's fine. Whoops, I went the wrong way, like a big dodo bird, which means I'm going to lose another coin. Oh, darn. You know, wait, doesn't the commissary allow me to buy gems? So rather than gamble my last key, why don't we just go back there? Like, admittedly, with the metal detector, how much is it really gambling? But if I can just buy gems that way... I thought gems were for sale. No, not this time around. Damn it. So I do have to gamble. Okay. Well, I'm glad I checked. That was last time. I don't have... man, I'll tell you, this would be awesome if I had the sledgehammer, but I don't. Okay. Didn't trigger there. Didn't trigger there. Nothing there. Did trigger here. Let's hope there's a key in here. Potentially two would be really nice. Key and a gem. Okay. So whatever items are on that side, there's no key. So we gotta go to the Lost and Found now. Alright. At least we have a gem, so potentially when we go in, hopefully we don't lose an item. And I didn't even use the Power of the King this time. I did not. So let's use the Banner of the King here. Classrooms are blue. We lost the magnifying glass. Of all the items, that is probably the one I'm the most okay with. With losing. Of everything we have in our inventory, that's the one I'm like, okay, that's fine. Aerosol can of repellent. Press X in any room in your house to use. Starting tomorrow, the floor print will be removed from the house and draft pool for 1 week. Okay. And a key. Oh my gosh, thank you. Alright, let's go with the kennel here, because the other two are dead ends. And there's dig spots in here, which is exciting. And a key in the bowl. I was hoping there'd be more dig spots. But that's okay. Oh, I would really love that classroom. But that's going to end our run here no matter what. I can't afford the Cloister of Orinda. I needed the classroom to be rotated a different way. Ah, man, we got so close, too. Dang. Oh, wait, we can technically pull the lever in there. Man, we made it to grade 8. We did not get our But we do not get our final exam because we don't have another room available. Ooh-wee. That's rough, buddy. Dang, man. So close. Even if we do pull the lever in the weight room, it doesn't matter. I don't think we have enough steps to get back here. So let's go in the Lost and Found, and let's spray that. Assuming we don't lose it the moment we walk in. I don't even think I got to trigger the experiment either. Oh! It stole the repellent. Of course it did. Man, that makes me so sad. We got so close. But I guess after solving the other puzzle today with the key of Ares, I can't be too upset about not getting this. You know what I mean? It's like, it stinks, sure, but it really isn't that big of a deal. We did a pretty good job, I think, all things considered. I can't be too mad about this whatsoever. Yeah, let's go check something. I want to see if maybe there's a spot to dig in the classroom. And I mean the schoolhouse, not the classroom. Like the actual classroom. So we'll go out through the garage. Wonder what sort of blackmail Dennis got on Kristoff to put him under his thumb like that. Just seems odd, you know? Alright, no place to dig. Well, that's okay. I'm a little sad we didn't get to take the final exam, though. Well, we did get a lot of information. This was still a very successful run, especially with the way that we started it. You know, running back and forth and all that other fun stuff. Let's at least check what's in here. Lots of coins, okay. And more keys. Going to the Great Hall. Actually, we might be able to move forward if I if I get lucky. I just realized there's a way to keep moving forward in this run. I think I'm going to have just enough steps to get there, too. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're good. Alright, through the lab. No dig spot in here. Okay. Just needed to check. Through the chapel. Dang, lose another coin. Grade 7. We have to go through the Lost and Found again, which sucks, but here we go. Lost the metal detector. Okay. Again, not the worst thing. Not great, but not the worst. Might as well grab the key. Why not? Okay. Let's go with the drawing room, guys. Can we get the classroom? Will our run be saved? Classroom, classroom, classroom. Aww. Well, dang. We needed that last classroom. But you know what I think we might do this time around? I think we'll go with the freezer here, guys. If we freeze our assets, all we will need is we would start with 56 gold, which means if we could potentially unlock dare mode, which is one of the things we needed. So yeah, let's go with the freezer here. We'll freeze our assets. We'll start with 1 extra diamond next time, and 56 makes 56 more pieces of gold. And I think that'll do it. You know, honestly, not bad. Am I disappointed? Absolutely. But, you know, I look back at the decisions we made when they made them, and I can't be mad about it. You know, I feel we did a good job. We did a good job on this run. So, I think we'll wrap up for the day here. I think we'll call it a day. And I also think that will do it for this particular run-through. I got a couple other things I'd like to get done today. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'm excited. We found the Key of Ares. I don't know what it's for, but I would imagine it's tied into the throne room. Maybe it's something we need for that. I don't know. We'll have to find out more information, but just the idea that they would hide it to such an extent indicates to me that the throne room is probably where it is. That's my thought. But yeah, we're going to call it right there. So YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. We'll continue this next time. But yeah, thank you guys. We solved the castle cipher today. Huge thing. We got that solved. And apparently if we go back down under, it'll still be there. So maybe next time we drop the throne room, we'll try to take the key in there and see if we can find it anywhere. But for that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, YouTube!